Actually, articulation matrix, course articulation matrix is just to form the program articulation matrix. And program articulation matrix will be utilized while measuring the attainment of program outcomes. Right? So it was this the requirement. The first question someone asked me was direct. Are you going to talk about direct assessment tool and indirect assessment tool? Right? So here is your answer. Assessment tools means the way you will assess your students' learning. It can be in terms of your daily quizzes. It can be in terms of one-to-one interaction. It can be in terms of a semester end project. It can be in terms of their attendance. It can be in terms of replying to daily quizzes. It can be in terms of midterm examination. It can be in terms of remedial examination. It can be in terms of external examination. All these are for assessment. Wherever the learning is directly concerned without any qualitative aspects, right? All these things are to measure the learnings, and you will have groups, right? So all these tools are called direct assessment tools. What are the indirect assessment tools? Survey. You talk to them directly. Whether do you think that the course outcome was that you will be able to solve complex engineering problem? Do you think that you are able to solve complex engineering problem? If he or she say yes or no, that is your indirect assessment tool. Secondly, you go to their employer and ask, you have our student as your employee. Do you think he is able to solve a complex engineering problem? He or she replies, that is a survey. That is called indirect assessment tool. So whatever we practice, all those are direct assessment tool. Simple. Is this being clear? Ideally, direct assessment tools are divided in two parts: formative assessment tools and summative assessment tools. In other words, they are called as internal examination or continuous evaluation. That is what we call. And the other one is external evaluation, or you may call it university examination.
Semester end examination.
Semester end examination, exactly. So these two are ideal terms. It is not necessary that everyone should utilize this only. For example, there are universities which take unit-wise test. What they do is they take daily quizzes at continuous evaluation. And once a unit is completed, they take a summative examination. That's it. There is no end semester examination. So it is very difficult to identify whether this should be considered in internal examination or university examination, because they don't have final examination kind of concept. But their assessment system is very strong. They have distributed each and everything on continuous evaluation, but very systematically. Right? So there is no ideal way to decide your direct assessment tool. It is up to the university, whatever the university decides, that is what we are supposed to accept. Is that clear? Many universities like ours have given us a right to have 20 marks, 20% of 100% to be decided by the teachers based on their assignment or attendance or something like that. So teachers are also given some power. That is also a possible chance. And survey are generally common. They are very substantial. Ask the questions whether do you think the student is able to do this, or do you think the student is able to do this, and so that. There are several universities which utilize both the methods, direct assessment and indirect assessment, in both course CO attainment as well as PO attainment. And there are universities which uses only direct assessment in course outcome attainment, but they do not use indirect assessment tools for the course as far as course are concerned. Right? They use these two only in the program outcome attainment of program outcome. We at Paro University do the same practice. We do not do indirect assessment for the course outcomes, but we use both direct assessment and indirect assessment for the program outcome attainment. Right? So depending on your university, you have to select any option. How do you begin the CO attainment calculation? So again, we set the target. Okay, here are the targets. First, we set the target or threshold value or passing marks, whatever we call it. And we observe the attainment, whether my course has attained that level or not. For example, for a particular course, level 3 is 70% students or more than 70% students are securing the target marks. Target marks means if I say my student must have 20 marks out of 40 marks. So that is my target. If I have 100 students and out of those 100, 70 or 70 plus students have obtained 20 marks or more out of 40 marks, then I will say I have attained my CO up to the level 3. Are you getting this? Similarly, for level 2, it is 60%. Out of 100, 60 students should have attained my 20 marks, 20 or more than. This is not changed. Passing criteria or threshold value is not changed. But what percentage of students are attaining that threshold marks gives me the level of attainment of my course outcome. Okay. So accordingly that level 2, level 1 and level 0. When you are talking about course attainment, you give 0 level as well. Those are decided. Now, I'll take you to the case study. I have a document from a very standard university of education, which practice course outcome, program outcome, and let us see how they work. Right? Just a minute, I'm sharing the full. PDF is visible on the screen. Is it or not? So here you see, this is where they have written the attainment. They have written a course, they have written course outcomes for a particular course, right? They have written, no, not this. Yeah, this table. So what they do is they write enrollment number of all the courses, right? And for that courses, they have, so this is a score sheet of their internal evaluation, say for example. What they do is they have written all the courses, sorry, all the COs, and for each CO, what is the marks a student has obtained, that is recorded. Okay, so here for a particular course, they have written course outcomes. The total marks given for the course outcome is here 5, 17, 5 and 13. Right? So total 40 marks question. It seems to be a mid-semester examination question. Then they have written enrollment numbers and the obtained marks. So the student with this enrollment number has obtained 2 marks in the CO1 related questions, 12 marks in CO2 related questions, 3 marks in CO3 related questions, and 7 marks in CO4 related questions. Similarly, all the students are recorded. The marks of all the students are recorded. Right? Now, formula is applied. The threshold value is 60%. So they are checking how many students have obtained more than 60%. That means 60% of what? 60% of 5, 60% of 17, 60% of 5, and 60% of 30. So here they have seen that total 20 students have attended first courses. It is possible that some students may not have attempted any question related to CO1 or CO2 or CO3. So this number may be 20 as well. This number may be 19 as well. Right? It is fine. That number is supposed to be considered for the percentage. Okay? Now, 11 students have obtained marks more than 60%. So my percentage will be 11 divided by 21. That is 52%. This number was 20. For this course outcome 2, I will calculate this as 14 divided by 20. And that percentage will be written here. Is that clear? Is this clear how to calculate this percentage? The number of students who have, they are the
Yes.
number of students who have attended, who has replied to the questions related to that course outcome. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, number of students secured threshold mark 60%. How did you calculate that, sir?
Here, the 60% that is 5%, 60% of 5 is 3 marks,
3.
right?
So it is counted.
How
How
many
many
Those who have
students
got 3
have gotten?
marks.
It is counted now.
Okay, sir. Got it.
2,
Yes, yes.
3, like that. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Is this table clear? How to calculate this one?
Yes, sir.
How did they give these numbers? 2, 3, 2, 2. Depending on the criteria that we have set, if my 60% students have obtained more than threshold value, then level 2, right? Then level 3 because beyond 60. So this criteria is different. Their criteria is different. It seems that they have decided that if 60% or more than 60% of students have attained threshold value, we will give 3. That's why they have given 3 here. 50 to 60, they have given 2. And so on. So this is depending on our choice. हमने PPT में last में जो screen देखी ना, that is used here. Is this clear? This depends on specific university from course to course. Yes, sir.
How did you calculate the percentage of students secured marks more than threshold value?
That is what I explained. It is this number divided by this number into 100.
Into 100.
Yes, it gives you this. Okay. Once this calculation for every course is done, you can move further. This is another example for the same course. You have to come to this table now, where for a particular course, so this was for the mid-semester examination, right? Similar calculation is done for the end semester examination. Look, here I have considered only 2 examinations, mid-semester and external examination. Mid-semester may have different parts. It may have quiz 1, quiz 2, internal 1, internal 2, and that all are considered for mid-semester. That is fine. So that is your choice. Once the same calculation is done for internal as well as external examination, mid-semester examination as well as end-semester examination, you are writing the final attainment. So again, table contains all the course outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The calculation in mid-semester examination, the calculation is end-semester examination, and their average. Now you will ask me how this 1.75 is taken. Because previously we have seen it was a whole number 2322. How does this come? Right? Answer is very simple. My mid-semester examination contains 3 parts. Quiz 1, or weekly 1 for 20 marks, weekly 2 for 20 marks, and mid-semester examination, theory examination for 40 marks. Total 80 marks. Okay? I am dividing that in 40% because I have given weightage of 40%. Right? Now, I have to calculate that table, the previous table for this first mid-exam or first weekly test, for the second weekly test, for the third weekly test. For this 3 different examination, I will have these 3 different calculations. I have to write all those 3 in one single table and take the average. That average is reflected here. Is this clear?
So the
So can you
attainment,
explain that once again?
Yes, I can explain this. Look, don't look this mid-semester examination as mid-semester examination. Consider this as internal evaluation. Title is internal evaluation. At my university, internal evaluation depends on 3 parts. Number 1, weekly examination 1, weekly examination 2, and mid-semester examination. For all these 3 examinations, I have prepared this table, where the enrollment number is written, the course outcome related marks is written, and this calculation is done. Okay? So for 1, 2, and 3, I will have attainment level. 3 rows will be there, 1, 2, and 3 in a separate table. I have to take their average.
got it, sir.
And that average is now reflected under this internal evaluation scheme. Done?
Understood now. Yes.
So that is why this can be a fraction instead of a whole number. The same calculation, the same table is obtained for end semester examination as well. There it will surely be a whole number, right? So how this table is obtained? 1.75 and 2 for every course outcome, for every course. Now this summation, this 1.75 and 2 are again taken the average. So 2 plus 1.75 divided by 2, and that will be 1.9. My overall attainment of course outcome 1. Is that clear? Okay. That is done for every course outcome of every course. Here, the course attainment is done. I, as a faculty, look at my course and I prepare this course outcome table. And I see that first course outcome has not attained my target. My target was to go beyond 2, the level of 2. But I reached to 1.75. That means I am lacking in delivering the course outcome 1 related content. So I have to take the necessary action there. I can think of this implementing new teaching methods, or I can think of implementing or changing the evaluation pattern, or I can think of adopting new teaching learning practices and whatever. So this is the indicator that my course 1 is not attended well. If CO2 is beyond my target level, for example, I have said that my CO2 should be attended up to level 2, and I obtained 2.2. That means I am doing very good in that. Now I can change, I can level up the difficulty level. I can go with a higher level of difficulty for my students. That is what this matrix helps. Is this clear? Every teacher can do this analysis for their particular course. Okay? So that is done here. Now, this is indirect assessment. I don't prefer going for indirect assessment for every courses. However, if you have to go, you are just taking the survey, and the surveys are taken in the form of numbers. Those numbers are written here. Average is taken. This is the typing error. It is not 1.9, it is 1.9. This is 3.3, 1.2, and so. So by that way, the similar mathematics can be applied here. Computation of CO, indirect assessment, it is fine. This is fine. Once you have taken the direct and indirect assessment or indirect level, you can write a table. So for CO1, direct level was this, indirect assessment give this attainment, and so on. Now you have given 70% to direct attainment and 10% to the indirect assessment. So direct attainment level 1.95 is multiplied with 0.9, and this is multiplied with 0.1. And then they are added to be 2.01. This is your final outcome or final attainment of course outcome 1. Similarly, this is multiplied with 0.9. This is multiplied with 0.1, and the addition gives you 2.06. Is that clear? This simply means that we are giving 90% weightage, the most weightage on our direct attainment, and only 10% on indirect attainment. One should avoid indirect assessment for course outcomes. Right? Now, if you see, this are done. Once this are done for every course outcome, COs are the attainment level are measured, then again an average is taken, 1.95. Right? That is attainment of my course with its course outcomes. So overall, course 1 is attaining up to 1.9% course outcomes. That is the concept. And that is prepared in a table. Yeah. This table will again help us in calculating program outcomes. Pradhuman sir? Participants, I have already taken 12 minutes more, and since we are going to talk about program outcome measurement, I think more 10 or 20 minutes will be required. Are you guys okay with that?
Perfectly fine, sir. No worries. We are getting a good opportunity to learn from a good resource person in depth. So it is most welcome. We don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, Pradhuman sir, it is fine? The organizing committee.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Now, so this was about the course outcome attainment. So course outcome attainment are recorded at 2 levels. Number 1, CO wise. Every CO is, as you see, every CO is recorded with its attainment level, and every course is also recorded at its attainment level, the average. These both are helpful in your program outcome attainment of program outcomes. Okay. Now coming to the attainment of program outcomes. Now here where you must, I shall not say must, but you should ideally include both the aspects in direct as well as indirect assessment, right? And you should give appropriate weightage. If we have a good resources in terms of industry collaboration, in terms of alumni, in terms of your alumni being placed at good institutes, right? You should give a significant weightage to your indirect assessment. It should be either 20% or 10%, not more than 20% in any case. That is the ideal way. It is not a rule, but it is the ideal way. The ideal way is taken here. As I said, this is a very prominent university. So, 80%.
Sir, small question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are saying we have to take indirect assessment also according to course outcome, because you are saying here alumni, employers and everything.
No. I am saying this is for program outcomes, attainment of program outcomes. Madam, we have
But in the earlier, but above table, the indirect and direct assessment was calculated for course outcome 1, 2, 3 and 4, I think.
Yes. Okay. So let me make it clear once again. this is a case study of a university which has the practice to include indirect assessment at CO level as well, course level as well.
Okay.
And we have
So it
seen
is
that
not
practice.
compulsory. So it is not compulsory to take
It
the
is not.
indirect assessment
No,
according
it
to
is
the
not.
course outcome. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Thank
it is not compulsory. And I suggest that it should not be done as well because it is very tedious for teachers. And a student is not, if a student is not mature enough and they do not respond responsibly, right? They do not feel it serious and they give vague answers, then your attainment will be at risk. So you should not avoid that at the course level actually.
you. Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
But once your program is done, your student have been placed, they are supposed to be at least well matured. So we can rely on their responses. That is why indirect assessment should be included in your program outcomes. Okay. So we
Okay, sir.
have completed the measurement of course outcomes. Now we are talking about the measurement of attainment of program outcomes. Attainment of program outcomes and attainment of program specific outcomes are done simultaneously. There is no different methods or there is nothing to be separated. All the things can go hand to hand. Okay? And those who do not have PSO, they need not worry about these things. That is fine. Okay, so you should give appropriate weightage to both direct and indirect assessment. This particular university has given 80% weightage to direct assessment and 20% weightage to indirect assessment. Okay. Direct assessment is based on course attainment obtained and corresponding to COPO mapping. That is fine. While the indirect assessment is through professional survey, alumni survey, and employers survey. So we could understand employers survey. Our students goes to some industry to work and we take their feedback. How do you think our students are able to attend this PO or this PO or this PO or this PO? That is very subjective and that is what an employer can respond to based on our students' performance. Alumni can also respond based on their experience, whether the particular outcome was attained and it is helpful in their professional progress or not, right? But what is professional survey? Professional surveys in the sense that we have invited some expert of a particular course to our university for anything, but he comes to our university or our institute and we give him the curriculum. We give him or her the assessment, the concept of assessment technique, and we give them the concept that notes or the way we teach or we utilize the technology and all the things, teaching, learning, assessment, teaching, learning as well as assessment. Based on our explanation, he or she may give response whether the said program outcomes are achievable or not. That is also considered as your indirect assessment. Is that clear? Many universities also conduct surveys from teachers as well. That is also welcome. So choosing the way of indirect assessment is also depends on the concerned institution, right? Now let us say how the direct attainment. We are going to check about the direct assessment method. How the direct assessment is done. So for a particular program, we wrote the average of courses, CO1, CO2, CO3, and this was obtained, right? This is the part of program articulation matrix. Once program articulation matrix is obtained, the average is taken. This is the average. So instead of writing each CO1, you will write course 1, course 2, course 3, and program articulation matrix. So this is another way of writing program articulation matrix. We are not going with this. We have already seen how to write the program articulation matrix. That is fine. Now, the attainment level is to be written here. So program 1 was attended with 2, and that weightage is given, weighted average. Look, this average is similar to this. Yes, this average. These are written here. So I hope you remember this matrix. How it was written? This one. Right? This direct CO attainment is level. CO attainment level is utilized here. And this matrix is written. You can call it as a calculation of PO and PSO based on the course outcomes. The formula is very simple. Program outcome attainment is PO weighted average value divided by 3 into overall CO attainment, the achieved, the overall CO attainment achieved. So the program, I hope you remember the program articulation matrix. I think I am making it confusing. Give me just a second. Just give me very fair feedback. Are you, am I being clear to make it very clear about the program articulation matrix and course articulation matrix? Do you remember the
Yes.
program articulation matrix previously we talked about? Okay. So based on that program articulation matrix, when you have all the programs written, you have course outcomes written, you take the average. And that average is called PO weighted average, which is used here in the calculation. It is divided by 3 because we have set the level 1, 2 up to 3. Okay.
Sir, can you please tell us about PO weighted average once again?
Yes, of course. Let me give you here. They must
So the
have-
data is there itself in the same table. It is there in the same
sorry?
table which was visible. The data is there already in the table that you were showing just now. And it was like in the first column, we had only 5 variables. So the number, total number is to be divided by 5 and so on. So if you come on the,
Yes,
yes,
of course.
sir, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same table, sir.
So what was the question, sir? Can you please repeat?
Ma'am had been asking how to find out PO weighted average. It was like
This
total
one.
of the
Average
first
is this
column
one.
divided
2
by the
plus
number of
3.
variables.
Yes. 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. The average will be 2.20.
Because total is divided by 5 number of variables set up.
Got it, got it.
So that is what I said. This is your program articulation matrix, nothing more than that. You have done this for the course,
Yes, sir.
right? So that is what they have done for a course. So this calculation is for a course. That table is now extended up to PO attainment. Particularly this course gives you PO attainment of 2 level. How this 2 is obtained? Using this definition. PO weighted average value divided by 3 into overall CO attainment. Overall CO attainment, what is overall CO attainment? We have, if you remember, for a particular course, we have written course outcome wise attainment level, and then we took the average, and the average was here somewhere in the table. Shall I go to the table?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay, fine. So that calculation is taken here. This is how, look, I have decided to take this case study instead of any ideal because of 2 reasons. Number one, there is no ideal theory for this one. It can be customized as per the university's need. Every university or institute is now at this level, they are calculating this one. So I just wanted that I give you a case study. You can correlate it with your practice. Okay. So just see
So
what
can
are
you
the
share
terms.
this document with us?
This document? No, I cannot share this with you.
Okay,
This is
okay.
something confidential. This is, I have taken the concern of the respective university, and that is why I cannot share this with you. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you share the name of the university? Because when we visit the portals, many times we are able to go through such documents which are uploaded by them.
No, sir.
Okay, no worries.
I'm sorry, sir. I can give you my universities. I'll ask my university if they allow it. Right? I'll give you mine. Where I will give you, I'll tell you that later. So this is how this calculation is done for every course, right? And it is written course-wise attainment, program attainment. Is this done? Got it?
Yes.
That is now taken in a table, and every program outcome is considered for every course, and that is final your attainment level. That is fine. Again, you take the, whatever you have done for the courses, the same thing goes with the program. You write every course and this program attainment. Course 1, program attainment. Course 2, program attainment. Course 3, PO attainment. Course 4, PO attainment, and so on. The table is called the attainment table. That's it. You can take the average of the last one. You can take average of this and the last one. That is also possible, but here that makes no sense. Once that is done, so this is about your, this is your direct attainment. Similarly, you take the indirect assessment. How it is taken? You can take it from alumni, professional, employers. They have given, in the documentation, they have explained how it should be taken. And this is employer survey. Yes. So how the survey is conducted? They ask very specific questions. For example, my program outcome 1 is about utilizing basic science subjects, mathematics, communication skills, or physics, and so on. Right? So I will simply ask, do you think that program has helped the student or help you if it is to alumni? Do you think their program content has helped you to make you able to utilize your mathematics, science, and all the basic science concept in your professional life? So your course outcome is direct, or the program outcome statement is directly converted into a question, and the same question is asked. Rate at the level of 1, 2, and 3. And those 1, 2, and 3 is now then listed in a table. Alumni 1, alumni 2, alumni 3, and the response for each program. And then the average is taken. That is how this is obtained. It is very ordinary process. You people also do that. Similarly for employers, similar for professionals, and then their average is taken. So 2.2 plus 2.4 plus 2.2, the average is 2.3. This is your indirect PO attainment. Once that is taken, you write it in the table. Direct attainment, indirect attainment. You give the percentage-wise entry. So 2.2 into 80%, that is 0.8, plus 2.3 into 0.2, and the average, and that summation is 2.22. That is your overall attainment of PO1.
Please show the feedback table.
There is no feedback. This one.
Above that. Yeah, this one.
So then this is just how, what should be the frequency of assessment or collecting the survey, and what should be the method. That's it. Again, university to university, this can be changed. We do it twice a year because we have different members coming to university in different semester. Right? So this is about PO attainment. Why these are helpful? as I said, for course outcome, one attainment is, once the attainment is measured, it can help you to design or restructure your teaching learning methods or your curriculum as well as your assessment method. Similarly, at the program level, once a whole batch is passed, beginning from the enrollment to getting the graduation, at that time you should calculate your attainment of program outcomes. That helps you to update or revise your curriculum, to update or revise your teaching methods, to update or revise your assessment techniques as well for the program. So when the analysis report is generated for the attainment of course outcomes, it becomes every semester wise. And when the analysis report of attainment of program outcome is generated, it is generated over the period of a program. For example, if you are talking about BCom, which is a program of 4 years now, so you have to prepare it for a 4-year cycle. After every 4 years, you will revise. That means once a batch is passed, you can give the first one, next year the second one, next year the third one, but it depends on the data of 4 consecutive years for a common batch. That is how it is decided. And that's it from my side.
Sir, one query I have. We have done
Yes.
CO to PO to PSO. What about PEO?
Yes. And you missed vision and mission as well.
Yes.
So PEO, vision and mission, those things are not at all possible to measure through direct attainment. Those are simply to be measured through indirect attainment. Once a student can give survey or can give feedback on their PEO, program educational objective, after he or she commences his or her professional journey up to 3 years. For example, a student has passed recently and he has joined his profession. Then after 2 or 3 years, you should contact him or her and take the survey to check whether your program educational objectives are being attained or not. After 5 or 6 years, you should check for your vision and mission.
Okay. Okay. So again,
Either
then I
method,
can have 5 to 6 questions in a form, kind of a feedback questions, and that can be circulated across. Should I have an
yes.
attainment level to it? 1, 2, 3.
The feedback will be given in terms of relation. Either it is rated 1 level or 2 level or 3 level. 1 means slightly achieved, 2 means moderately achieved, 3 means fully strongly achieved or strong satisfaction. So that is your level, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just wanted to have an idea in order to calculate all these things like the learning outcome, course outcome, the achievement, the weightage and all. I mean, how do we balance the work routine, the daily lectures and all these things along with the evaluation work? I mean, is there any shortcut to this?
A universal question this is. So there are several tools available now, ma'am, which
Right.
helps you to calculate these things. But still the burden is there on teachers as they are supposed to enter individual marks, number 1. Number 2, they are supposed to set the question papers as well as to assess those papers. That is another way, another burden. What you can do is you can integrate AI tools. There are several AI tools which can help you to directly generate question papers as well as to get you those answers assessed, as well as giving you the what you call them as giving you as the mark sheets or evaluation sheet, right? In terms of Excel or any other format you want.
Right.
There are
So, but
several tools.
we also have a component in our semester evaluation where we have to give assignments to our students.
and there's every one assignment after every lecture. So the number of
Ma'am,
lectures.
do your university allows you to utilize technological tools, digital tools?
Yes, they do. They have.
So why don't you take your assignments on Google Classroom or Google Forms?
No, Google Forms is okay, but then the students try to copy paste. So in order to develop their creativity, and originality, we encourage them to write on their own, think on their own. So like we also have the system of evaluation of these assignments, and we have to give the papers back to the students so that they know what the mistakes is. So along with this, calculating all this will become really time taking.
So, madam, what is your best practice in terms of teaching and learning? What do you do? Do you use the blackboard and chalk only, or you use?
No, we use PowerPoint presentations as well. We have seminars and group discussions also. That is also part of our methodology.
So, madam, you should reduce your what can I say? You should reduce your energy.
Yes,
और
sir.
you should मतलब कि आपको अपना थोड़ा सा फोकस पढ़ाने की जगह पे बच्चों के इन्वॉल्वमेंट में लगा दो. You just involve more and more student participation, right?
Actually,
And
that
this
is why
helps based on that.
that is why I was just wanted to know if we have any AI tool or something that can help to assess all this.
Yes, there are several tools, but as you said, ma'am, it is possible that students may copy.
No, for the course outcome, for the calculation of course outcome and learning outcome and all that.
Yes, there are tools, ma'am, but as I said, you have to input those numbers individually. That is another task. Otherwise, calculation can be done directly by using the tools. There are tools.
Right.
And
you have Excel sheets we have Excel sheets for the record of the assignments.
Yes. Otherwise, madam, what you can do is, if you have institutional LMS, so these things can be integrated on LMS as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other question?
Sir, can I?
Yes, sir.
So as you mentioned about the tools, are the calculations through these tools reliable?
Calculations are highly reliable, sir, because they all are based on mathematical algorithms, and machines do not make mistakes in calculations, mathematical calculations.
Yeah, until the data is correct.
Until the data is correct, sir.
Thank you, sir.